Hello again and welcome to the Sports Connection, the Rockford area's most complete high school football show. I'm Scott Lever.
And I'm Samantha Rivera. What started at the end of August ended Friday night. Another high school football regular season has flown by.
And as you might expect on the final night, there were a lot of teams still scrambling to get into the playoffs. Teams like North Boone, Dakota, and Freeport. We'll check in on all three of those and more in a bit.
We'll also see if the Boylan Titans can finish up an undefeated regular season. But we're going to begin with another team that was also looking to finish 9-0.
And that team was the Stillman Valley Cardinals. They needed a win at home over Genoa-Kingston in our game of the week to clinch the Big Northern Conference Championship outright. Otherwise, they'd share it with Genoa-Kingston and most likely Byron. There are 18 seniors on the Stillman team, all wanting to make it a memorable senior night. The Cogs, though, had other ideas. The Cogs put together an 82-yard drive in the first quarter that ended with this. Justin Peters on the QB keeper. He's in for the 6-yard touchdown and a 6-0 Cogs lead. Stillman answers with a typical Stillman drive that ended with fullback Logan Jennings powering up the middle for a 7-yard TD. Boy, is he a load. 7-6 Stillman led at the half. In the third quarter, late now, it's 4th and 6 for Stillman. They go for it. Chad Garrett connecting with Joe Kuthi. That is a first down. Same drive, 4th down again for Stillman, 4th and 5, and the pitch goes to Luke Frost, but he cannot get around the edge. The Cogs take over on downs. That was a big play. 6.5 minutes to go now. Stillman up by a point still. It's Peters on the keeper again, and he breaks through the pile, and he's gone. 31 yards to give the Cogs their first lead, 12-7. Now just over a minute to go. Cogs threatening again. This time, Peters will throw. A lot of red down there in the end zone, but Will Franson comes down with it for the Cogs' third TD of the night, and that did it. Genoa-Kingston hands Stillman Valley its first loss of the season, 18-7. Almost any play.
Yes, this game was a grind. We knew coming into this game that it was going to be a tough one. Give props to Stillman Valley. They put a very good game. They're a tough team. They hit hard. They play hard. We're just happy to come out on top. So,
I know a week ago it was a different story. It was a really tough loss at Byron.
Yeah.
How did you guys just turn this around in such a short span?
Games like that, when you lose tough like that and get punched in the mouth, you just want to give it to the next team. That's next week. So, I mean, that's kind of what we did that game, and we took that energy from Byron and we just moved on to this game, and we played a really good game tonight.
Shows a lot of resilience that we have. I'm proud of every single guy who stepped on the field tonight. It takes a lot to overcome a team like this. Coming in with them 8-0 and us 7-1, it's a big difference, even though it's one loss to more wins. So.
While that game was happening, down in Dixon, the Byron Tigers beat the Dixon Dukes 62-21. So it's tri-champions in the Big Northern Conference. Byron, Stillman Valley, and Genoa-Kingston all finished 8-1. Joining us now on the Sports Connection Hotline is Genoa-Kingston coach Chad Wilmarth. And Chad, it was only a week ago that your guys suffered a tough loss of Byron. You have to be really proud of the way they rebounded. Could you sense some practice this week that the guys had put that Byron game behind them?
Yeah, the boys played such a great job. I'm so proud of them. And that's what we talked about. Hey, we just got to regroup. Let's refocus. Let's get back to doing the little things right. And they did a great job with that and doing their jobs and doing their responsibilities, and they did a great job.
One of the key moments in this game came late in the third quarter. Stillman Valley led 7-6 and was threatening to score again, but your defense stiffened and it came up with a big stop. Tell us about that effort by your defense and how critical that stop was.
You know, Stillman's a really good football team. Coach Lawler, look at his credentials, and they were doing what they do. They were moving the football, utilizing their fullback, utilizing their wingbacks. And early on in the game, that we really struggled to stop that, and a crucial moment for us. And we had some Justin step up, and just made a really nice play. So I think that was definitely helped with the momentum and maybe getting a little bit of a spark for us coming back after that. So that was a huge part for us. Everybody was doing their job. We knew it was a tough play for Justin to make, but he did an excellent job reading it and coming up and making the play.
Well, there were multiple times in this game when both you and Stillman Valley coach Mike Lawler went for it on 4th down, and a couple times both of your teams were in your own territory when you went for it. That was some aggressive play calling. What was it about the tone of this game that made you two coaches kind of take that let's go for it mentality?
I think about that last drive there, and we're in our own zone. We're 4th down, and just the way that Stillman Valley utilizes that clock, just like we want to try to do, and they did it so well, especially in the first half. We're sitting there thinking, are we going to have a chance to get the ball back if we punt? And, our offensive line did a great job stepping up to the plate. Our fullback ran hard. Everybody was all in and on board, and it was great to see that happen. So when you're playing these really good teams like Stillman Valley, you've got to have maybe some of those calls, and it was great to see our kids step up to the plate and respond. So, yeah, it was a very exciting football game.
We're not surprised that your quarterback, Justin Peters, made big plays in his game, 2 touchdown runs and 1 touchdown pass. That's the type of player that he is. Did you say anything special to him before the game, or is he the type of guy you just send out there and say, go play?
You know what? Justin's a great kid, a great leader. Obviously, he's very talented on the football field, but the thing about Justin, he's a competitor, no matter what he's doing, and he knew what was on the line, just like every other kid in the locker room knew what was on the line, and our kids definitely stepped up to the plate and just played hard and played fast and did their job. So, but no, yeah, he's just a good kid, good football player, and he's always going to compete.
So you guys share the conference championship with Stillman Valley and Byron. Has Byron coach Jeff Boyer texted you or called you to thank you for making this 3-way tie for the championship possible?
Yeah, Coach Boyer and I talked quite a bit. That was something. But yeah, I've talked to Coach, and I'm excited not only for us but everybody. You got 3 really good teams who get to enjoy the conference championship, and now we get to kind of all root for each other, and we want everybody to have success now that we're done with our conference play. And like you said, you look at all the BNC teams and you want them to do well in the playoffs. But no, it was definitely an exciting night, and looking forward to this next week.
Our thanks to Coach Will Marth for joining us on the Sports Connection. Safe to say there was a sense of urgency for North Boone Friday night.
Yeah, the Vikings faced a must-win game at Winnebago in order to earn a 5th win and get into the playoffs.